Hey everyone, welcome back, and in this video we are going to discuss arithmetic operators in Java. Now basically if I talk about mathematics, we have some arithmetic operators such as plus, minus, divide, multiply. Using like we can do certain operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, right? Like we use the plus operator to basically add two numbers, and we use minus sign to like subtract two numbers. Similarly, in every programming language, we have support for these basic arithmetic operators that enables us to do some basic math operations such as plus minus in different programming languages. So in this video, we are going to see of some of those arithmetic operators that are available in Java out of the box, and let's see how we can use those operators to perform basic arithmetic operations. So as you can see on my screen, let's try to do some basic arithmetic operators like plus and minus. Now in order to use these arithmetic operators, we need some data, right? And for data, like we can have constant data and variables as well. So for example, I can say like I have an integer, basically an int type data a, and let it set equal to 5, right? And similarly I can have a int b which is equals to, let's say, 10. So let's suppose I want to add those two numbers, so I can say s out, basically system.out.println, and I can say a plus b. Now what does this plus operator do is basically it adds the left and the right hand side of prints. Okay, so basically a and b will get added and the result will be printed on the screen. So if I run this code, as you can see, like I'm getting 15 as the result, correct? The plus operator can even have like more than two variables. Like I can even have a c, okay, which is equals to, let's say, 20, and I can even do like plus c. Okay, so now what it will do is basically it will add a, b and c. Okay, so now if I run it, like as you can see, we are getting the result to be 35, and this was pretty basic, correct? Now instead of printing, you can even store the result of these expressions in a different variable. For example, I can have one more variable, sum, right? And I can set it equal to a plus b plus c. Basically I'll be first adding these three numbers, and then what I am doing, I'm storing this result in this particular variable. And then what I can do, I can basically s out this sum, and I'll be getting exact same output as the previous one. So this is also valid in Java and other programming languages as well. Now let's see the another operator, that is subtract. Okay, so let's say like I want to subtract two numbers. So what I can say int, okay, then let's say like subtract, and then what I can do, I can say b minus, okay, this minus sign, and a. So what it will do, it will actually subtract a from b and then store the result in this sub variable. Okay, so now if I run, you can see that I'm getting result equals to 5, which is basically like 10 minus 5. Now you can even basically combine these operators. Okay, like I can say int result equals to, I can even say a plus b minus c. So this thing is also completely valid. Like I can have hybrid operations, like I can have plus minus in one expression. So this is a completely valid operation. Now let's try to console.log the result. And as you can see, we are getting a -5 because the value of c was 20, so it exceeds the a plus b, and that's why we are getting the result to be -5. Now one thing that is really important is that all the expressions, okay, all the basic expressions basically move from left to right. Okay, left to right. So what will happen in this expression is, this is left. Okay, so what will happen is first a will get added to b, basically left to right, and then whatsoever is the result of this expression will be subtracted from c. So if I hover it, you can see that like a plus b, which is 5 plus 10, will be 15, and then 15 minus 20, which gives me -5. So basically it executes from left to right always. Okay, similarly you can even multiply two numbers, like I can say int, and like let's make a variable result 1. Okay, and I can say a into b. So we use this star symbol, this asterisk symbol, for multiplying two numbers. So what I can do, I can even system.out.println in this particular variable. Now as you can see, I'm getting 50, which is like 5 into 10, I'm getting 50. So that's how you can multiply two numbers. And finally, in the basic arithmetic operators, we have a divide symbol. So what I can say like divide b, okay, by a. So this forward slash basically means this divide. Okay, so let's try to print this divide as well. And as you can see, we are getting 2. So basically 10 is getting divided by 5, which is 2, right? So in the basic operators, we have plus, we have minus, we have multiplication, we have this division. Okay, I told you that the arithmetic operators always work left to right. This statement is partially true, like this statement is not fully true. Okay, now I want you to pay attention here. Let's remove these variables. Okay, so like these basic variables we know, like plus, minus, divide, like no doubt in that. Okay, now there is something known as order of precedence in operators. Okay, on the level 1, okay, just try to understand this. Okay, this is a comment, like this is a comment. Basically these kind of statements are ignored by the compiler. So like I can write anything here and this will not cause an issue. Okay, so if I run, basically you can see like there is no error. So basically this is for note taking purposes. Okay, so like there are two types of comment. One is like forward slash, basically means that a single line comment. And if you want to have a multi-line comment, so basically you can have a forward slash and asterisk and then this particular symbol. Like I can remove these ones, so you can have a multi-line comment here. Okay, so now we were talking about operator of precedence. So like if I talk about like multiply and divide, okay, so they have a top level precedence. And if I talk about, let's say, plus, minus, and plus, minus, so they are at a lower level than this multiplication and divide. Now what's the need to understand this precedence? Okay, so let's say I have an expression here. I can say int result equals to let's say I say c minus b, okay, multiply by a, and then I can say divide by c plus a minus b. Okay, now this is an expression, and just now I told you that all the expressions moves from left to right. So what a newbie, like what a beginner will do basically is, first of all he'll try to subtract these both, right? Then whatsoever result comes, like we'll then multiply by a, then divide by c, then basically add by a and then subtract by b. Basically left to right means that. But that's not the case here. Okay, so some, like when we have these operators like plus, minus, multiply, divide, so order of precedence basically matters in left to right sequence as well. So what will happen? First of all, our compiler will go left to right, okay, from left to right, and it will find multiply and divide first. So basically what will happen when I go left to right, I see that this particular thing is getting multiplied, correct? And I see this particular thing is getting divided. So first these operations will get executed. So this particular operation, which is subtract, will get ignored at the first time. Why? Because they have a low precedence compared to multiply and divide. So what compiler will do? It will go from left to right, and whatever comes first, like this, in this case multiplication comes first, so first this multiplication will happen, then this divide will happen in the first go. Once this expression is evaluated, compiler will again execute this expression from left to right, and in the second evaluation, basically plus and minus will get executed left to right. So first this minus basically, and then this plus, and then at finally this subtract. Okay, so if I s out, okay, this result and run it on the here, so I'm getting 13. So basically what have happened is, first of all b into a will be happening. Okay, so first this will get calculated, then whatever result, like whatever result comes, so this particular result will be divided by c. Okay, and which brings to end to the first evaluation of this expression. Then again compiler will go from left to right and then subtract, like first of all subtract the result from the previous evaluation, then do the addition, and then finally do the subtraction. So that's how basically the basic arithmetic operators works in Java. Okay, so we know that how to add two numbers or how to add n number of numbers. We know how subtract works. Okay, and then we know how we can use asterisk symbol to multiply two numbers, and finally we know what is divide. Okay, how divide works in Java.